Hello and welcome to this webcast. My name is Alijaz Azadi. I'm D365 Finance and Operation Consultant. Today is the fifth day of technical series of D365 Finance and Operation Training, and today we are going to explore the basics of table structure in D365 Finance and Operation. At the end of this video, you will be able to create your own custom table. So in D365 Finance and Operation, we have three types of tables: regular tables, temp tables, and in-memory tables. So regular tables are stored data permanently in SQL Server. Characteristics are data is permanently stored. Data remains after the application or a user session ends. Support indexes, relationships, security, and database transactions. Used for master and transactional data. Examples, if we go for a standard functionality, then we have a custom tables, vendors, sales table, sales lines, and invent table. And use cases are customers, vendors, purchase orders, sale orders, and inventory. Advantage: persistent storage. It contains the storage even after the application stop or user session expired. Or highly reliable, support relationship and report. So in the specific cases, we are going to use a temp tables or a temporary tables. It requires every transactions required a database hit, and it reads database read and write functionality. Then comes a temp tables. Temp tables are temporary tables, but unlike in-memory tables, this data is stored in SQL Server temporary storage. Characteristics: data stored in SQL Server temp tables. Data is automatically deleted when tables goes out of the scope or a session ends. Sports joins: we can apply a joins, and indexes can also be applied on these tables. Examples: we are usually use them into SSRS reports, batch processing, large temporary data sets, data staging, and complex joins. Advantage: can handle millions of records. Sport joins with the regular tables, better performance for large temporary data. Disadvantages: slower than in memory for a very small data sets, required SQL Server access because data is stored in a temporary storage. Then comes in-memory tables. In-memory table stores data into a RAM or application's memory. It behaves like a temporary table but does not store data into SQL Server. Its characteristics are data stored in a memory. Data exists only while table variable is in scope and session is active. Automatically, the data is deleted after use. Extremely fast for a small data sets. Examples again: reports calculations, temporary totals, and visitors pages, and lookup data and import processing. Advantage: very fast, no database access required, ideal for us temporary data sets. Disadvantages: limited by available memory, data is lost when session is lost, it's not suitable for our larger data sets. Whenever we talk about tables, then the idea of relationships also comes. Basically, in this type of finance and operation, we have two types of relationship: normal relationship and foreign key relationship. In some cases, we have to relate different fields with each other, and based on that we have to fetch data that help us to get data faster, and it help us to display lookup. It help us to create a display lookups, navigation, and help us to navigation between tables. For example, if I'm going to create a relationship, sales table dot customer table with customer table dot account num, uh, it just used to relate to fields. There is no foreign key relationship in between. So it means that you have to create a relation between the two fields which are not have a foreign key or primary key relationship. Then comes a foreign key relationship. It's a primary, most commonly used relationship between the tables. Standard functionalities mostly use this. Instead of manually creating a relationship, you have to create foreign key EDT and foreign key, and also help us to foreign key relationship. For example, sales table customer tables, while customer sales tables customer account is a foreign key, while the customer account inside the table, and it relate with the cust tables account num, and where account num is a primary key of a cust tables. Benefit: it automatically create a lookups, automatically validations, referential integrity whenever, and the better performance, less coding, and Microsoft have Standard tables have mostly have a foreign key relationship. Field fixed relationship. Sometimes relationship should be only exist when the another tables has a specific value. For example, ledger dimension only when account type is equal to customer. This creates a conditional relationship. So now we talk about the indexes. Indexes speed up data retrieval, avoid full table scans, improve search and sorting and joins. Why we use indexes? It creates a fast where queries, fast order by, better join performance, and improve reports. Types of indexes: primary index, cluster index, alternative key, unique index, non unique index, and composite index. So, primary index, main business identifier, for example, customer account, sales ID, account item ID. These are primary index. Cluster index define physical order in SQL server, and only one cluster index is possible in D365 for finance and operations. Alternative key, secondary unique business key, used for integrations and lookups. Composite key, use multiple fields, for example, item ID plus invendim, that creates a composite key. Important properties: when we are going to create a index, it creates allow duplicates, alternative key, valid time state, and field order. We explore when we go there. And best practices: index frequently search fields, avoid too many indexes, and it also, after applying indexes, test the performance. Then there are methods inside DST5 for financial operation. You have to write the logic, business logic. For this purpose, if you have a custom tables or you are creating tables in your module, then you have these functions. Otherwise, you have to go for events. So most commonly used are insert, update, and delete. Anything before insert. Similarly, we in the case of we have to some validations before writing data inside the tables. We have to write the logic into validate write. Before deleting, if we want any validation apply before deleting any record, we use the validate delete. And similarly, we have a one method is a validate field, which helps to validate all the fields inside the tables before insertion, update, or delete. Then we have some common methods: initialize values. Whenever we have to manually assign values inside the DST5 for finance and operation logic, so we have to initialize value fields inside the table. So we have to create a common method, and where we have to uh, initialize all the values. And similarly, we have to also methods of modified fields. And then we have some display or edit method. Display events are usually used when we are customizing existing tables or standard tables. Then if we have to insert some logic before inserting a table, inserting a record inside the table, then we have to call on inserting. And after inserted a record, if we want to some write a logic, then we call on inserted. Similarly, on update and updated, on delete and deleting. Best practices: avoid overlaying, use extension. So best practices for tables: avoid overlaying, use extensions, keep business logic in tables when a data is centric, use chain of commands or event methods, use relationships in between the tables for instead for a manual validations. In last video, I create a new project and add some elements there. So I'm going to create a new table. For this, right click on uh, your project and then add. And here is a tables, or either you have to directly click on a tables, or either you have to create a new item. I'm click on a new item, and in a data models there are tables. So I am going to create my modules extension ali and event table, just for example, right? When I click on add, new table is created. So if you want to modify anything, you have to double click on a table and it will open here. Similarly, when we go for extensions, I will show you how you can create extension with the existing tables. So currently I'm going to create a new table. So I create a vendor table, my custom vendor table. When from a designer view, right click on tables and properties, and here are the tables properties. So here are the table properties. Currently by default is a regular tables. We can also define here in memory temp table, and based on that, table is changed from a regular to in memory or a temp table or a temporary tables. I am currently creating a regular table, right? Then 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 similarly you have to set a few properties here, and this is the table. Now I'm going to create one EDT. Add EDT and add new, and from string EDT, and here add early event code. Okay, and click OK. And vent code, I set its property. I double click on vent code, it's open here. Here I update its label, vent code, right? And its default size is 10. I update it to 30. Save it. And there are other properties you want to set if you want, but I am not modifying anything, right? And now I'm going back to my drag this field to and drag this field to fields here. Here I'm going to add vendor's name. I select a string, and its name is vend name, right? And instead to I set its field, I'm going to provide him extended data type. Instead to create a new data type, I'm going to use a standard data type for a name. Here I write a name. You can see its length is automatically set to 60, label 60. And even I field name I change to vent name, and its label I add one space in it, right? Similarly I want to add one existing data type, that is a string, and I want to link with event group. I want to standard extended type, and its field name is also I change to event group, right? So my three fields are already created, and I all copied these fields into the reports group, and also create in a lookup, auto lookup. And so this will I also modify from al vent code, because I dropped the extended type. I just change it to a vendor code, right? So in this way my table is created. Now I'm going to create a relation, and I want to create a relationship for foreign key relationship, and new and normal relationship. And here I define the table, which table. So from a property I right click, and here I mention the table, let went, right? And same name I also copy the relationship vendor group, right? And now we have fields of that table. So here I select the vent group, and from related field, So in this way, I create the relationship in between, right? And after that, I'm going to create an index. For index is I with the help of index, we are going to create a alternative key. I create index one, and here I drag this vendor code, and on properties I set the allow duplicate no, because I want it a primary key. Allow alternative key yes, because I want to use as a primary key of this table. And its name I update to vent code idx idx, right? And time state key, that is used for when we have when we enable the tables timestamp on a table, and save it. And AI event table on our properties. Again, we are going to apply the index primary key cluster index surrogate. I set here vendor code, and primary index I set is vendor index. So in this way we have to create a vendor key. Now next step is to save it and add. For syncing this table into a database, you have to go on a table properties, and here is synchronization database. It's set to true. Most of the time this will take too much time, so we set this false. Whenever we have to change anything on a table level, then we have to set it true. So you have to set it true, and you have to build the table by rebuilding. So this is the video where I share what are the tables in D365 for finance and operation, their types, their relationships, their indexes, and how you create your custom table inside your custom module. Thank you for watching. See you in another video.